let me go ahead and give you guys just a general spiel here as we begin our first session of The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Um, each and every one of you come from different places over Faerun, but the thing that has united you in a moment, not that you've met each other, it's up to you if you met on the road or if you want to meet over at your destination. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. But the key thing here is that each and every one of you lost something, whether it be a trinket, a bauble, something significant, even it could be a memory or something of that nature. But it was lost to you at some point, some time ago, and it's always been this strange, nagging feeling in the back of your head. And one day you received word and flyers regarding the Witchlight Carnival that would be coming into a town near the High Forest, where you all currently find yourselves near to. And something about the Witchlight Carnival seemed to ring a little bit of a fuzzy memory in your head, as if something that has to do with what you've lost is attached in some way to this carnival. And you have the strangest feeling, even though you don't have memory of it, that you may have come to this place at some time in the past. But when and where, you don't know. So, you all are arriving at a grand carnival. All right.
Dope.
Uh, So, let me ask you, players, as I pull you over to the carnival grounds. You should all see a big,
Oh
bright map.
my goodness.
Is this Whimsyshire?
This is so bright.
Yes, it is Whimsyshire. Yes, unlike previous adventures you guys may have had, this one's a little brighter.
Look at the
Hey,
colors, guys.
Welcome to the Witchlight Carnival. All right. So, what I was going to ask is, how are you guys arriving to the Witchlight Carnival? Did you meet upon the road, or are you coming individually?
I like the idea of individually because I mean
Yeah.
we haven't declared to each other that we know anyone. I'm in a pretty secluded village,
All
so
right, then let's do an initiative roll. Why not? To see who arrives first. So go ahead, select your token, and roll your own initiatives. We start with Catalan. Catalan Emberclaw. You arrive down through around the High Forest. It's early in the morning. Um, the Witchlight Carnival has yet to officially open as you arrive towards the front gate here, or the front entryway. You kind of see this resplendent looking carnival with all sorts of lights and things strung about, these various large tents, a large blue building that appears to be the ticket booth at the front. You only receive a flyer, you have no ticket as you arrive. But you had that strange draw to come here, and something about it as you kind of look down this causeway, and you see other people coming in, various denizens of Faerun, elves, dwarves, humans, and the like, all kind of slowly filtering in towards the front entryway where a small crowd is starting to gather and build. As this is kind of a very interesting event to occur, as it's just kind of randomly popped up. So, what do you do?
Well, Catalan trots on up and she immediately starts playing with the lights that are hanging from the trees.
Oh, you begin to futz with some of the lights on the tree, and yeah, you see they're like these kind of glass-looking bulbs almost, with like a little bit of like an arcane light, and each one of them is tinted a different shade. But it looks like yeah, they just kind of flicker a little bit as you kind of poke at them.
She she like laughs at the light. She's just delighted to see all the people and the lights and everything. She goes up to the trees and she's like plucking the leaves from the trees and just all over the place. And is there like a ticket vendor for her to go to?
You see right now there is a crowd gathering kind of across this bridge here, and they appear to be lining up to get some tickets to enter. And one other thing you notice, actually, what's your passive perception?
Um, it is not as high as Max's, unfortunately.
That's good.
17 though.
17? Oh, yeah, that's good. You do see, as you're kind of poking at lights and picking on trees, there's kind of this um, dwarven individual, male dwarf with kind of ruddy brown hair. He's got one glass eye, and he's wearing what appears to be like this kind of blue and red overcoat, and he's got these little butterfly wings on his back, like these fake butterfly wings, and he's just keeping an eye on you uh, as you're poking stuff. And as you kind of clock that overhead of you, trailing with streamers, are these giant dragonflies that were over the top of the archway, this kind of flowery archway that's ahead of you towards the ticket booth.
Okay. She trots right up to him, like she does a little surge and trots up right up him. She's like, "I love your wings. Can I touch your wings? What can I get into this place? What can we do? I just want to go see all the things and the people. Oh,
Oh,
what's
yeah,
wrong with your eye? What's wrong with your eye? What happened to your eye? Can I touch your wings?"
first of all, you can touch the wings. It's fine. Go ahead. He kind of
Oh,
like
these are
leans
pretty wings.
over.
Oh, she
They're,
just kind
they're
of
like these
reaches her
little
hands and
fake.
messes with them.
They're like it's almost like feels like almost what you describe as like a plastic material, um, but they've got like a bit of like cloth and stuff on them that kind of makes up the wings. And he goes, "Yeah, this is. You'll actually get a set of these when you get into the carnival. So you'll have your own to wear, and we'll carry around or wear, but it signifies you bought a ticket. I actually am just a member of the staff. But yes, if you go on down there," and he kind of leans over and points towards the ticket booth, this big blue building. He goes, "You're gonna want to talk to." Oh, I have all that in the ticket booth. Uh, there's a feller there, a goblin fella who'll get you a ticket.
Okay, but what happened to your eye?
Oh my eye. Funny enough, one of the wires on one of the tents slashed me right across the eye, so I got a little glass one. I can actually see out of it pretty okay. It's got a bit of an enchantment, so.
She leans down and puts her eyeball right in front of his eye. She's like, "Can you see me?"
Aye, you're right in front of me.
That's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna try it over and talk to my boy over there and get a ticket.
All right, you begin to trot up towards the ticket booth, and you see there's kind of a bit of a crowd, so you start to kind of like get into a bit of not even trying to be put in the line, but you know where that's like it gravitates into being forced to be in a line. So you kind of find yourself parking there for the moment. Um, as another figure arrives at the carnival. Uh, oh, and actually, can you do a brief thing and describe your character, just general, who you are, whatever you want to say about them, just for the purposes of introduction? Joey, because I
I will
meant
I
to have
will
you.
read my thing. Yep, I actually wrote one this time. I actually
Oh,
put some thought behind it. All right,
excellent.
so all right, here's my story. So Catalin is a young centaur. She is the child of Charles and Luann, and she has siblings, a brother and sister, and they were druids in Faerun, centaur druids in Faerun. She grew up watching her family practice being druids and doing their druid shapes, and while they did that, she would sit on the sidelines reading books and studying and waiting for the day that she could do the same kind of things as her family. She didn't have any kind of crazy traumatic background as a child. She had very loving and nourishing environment and very respectful family. But as part of their family's tradition is when they came of age, they traveled the countryside using an amulet, a family amulet that so the way that their family worked was that um, the each foal was named after the most recently passed away family member. So she's named after her great grandmother, Catalin, and she used her amulet to guide her as she traveled along the countryside. Um, but unfortunately, she lost that amulet, and she was very ashamed and did not return home. And she kind of settled into life as a hermit for the last 5 years. So she's been kind of secluded. She mainly talks to animals and desperately will converse with anybody who will talk to her. And her favorite person in the whole entire world is her squirrel, named Sofar.
All right. Thank you. And then after that, Toast. Go ahead and do a little brief introduction, whatever you want to, about your character, their appearance, and then kind of tell me how you're riding on up to this carnival.
Well, my dude's name is Kieran Blackwood. He is the son of a well-to-do merchant family. Um, he's been set on a journey to find his lost brother, Alistair. There was a little bit of a family tussle. Kieran was away for some time and returned to the family after being abroad. And his brother wasn't there, and they said, "Oh, it was your brother's turn to be abroad." And after a couple of years, of no contact, he found some pretty weird documentation in his father's office as he was, planning to take over. He worked in the office a lot, so he found some documentation and news clippings about how his Alistair, his brother, had gone missing, and there were some dark rumors at the time in like the local chatterbox in the tabloids, and he tried to confront his father about the missing Alistair, and they kind of had a fight. He says this is all lies and slander. People are trying to disparage our family name, and he didn't believe it. He felt something was off, so he's off on a journey to find his brother. But
All right.
Kieran himself he's a young guy. He's early 20s, like 21ish. He's very pale, very slender. He's got long black hair, and just he looks like a little black and white guy. He has no collar about him, but he carries around a sword, wears some leather armor, and that's basically his persona. Well, his what he looks like and whatnot.
All right. I went ahead. I updated the name so it should appear properly. All right. So as you approach Kieran, you kind of look upon the carnival as it is. Again, early in the morning, you see a crowd gathering by. Um, what's your passive perception?
13.
13. Yeah, you kind of clock just the crowd. The thing that you clock is a centaur, apparently, has come to visit this carnival and is like eagerly pushing into a crowd. Um, and other than that, yeah, you see the large dragonflies flying overhead. You see the kind of flowery archway ahead, and people kind of queuing up to a ticket booth.
Kieran just gets in line, I guess.
All right. You follow in. We'll go to Yeah, and as you kind of get into the crowd, just as a general look, yeah, it's a fairly large crowd, and it's getting larger, and you see more people down the road coming forward. Um, and you see one thing you see at this point is a large treant. Well, a small treant actually, not a very tall one, but it's kind of walking around in the background, and it looks like some sort of announcement might be getting ready to happen soon. Let's see if I have a picture of this guy I could show you. Yeah, I thought I had one. Oh, there he was. He when it grabs the auto scroll. Oh, well, let me share in BTT. There we go. This guy walking around in the background, kind of like these golden streamers in his leafy head.
Tinsel.
Don't see anything.
It should be in the little chat window.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Nice.
Yeah. But he too seems to have these fake butterfly wings like strapped onto him. And you start looking around and you notice a few more people have them that are kind of around
He's
the
got a
entryway.
squirrel.
Little red squirrel.
Alright. Yeah, he's got a little squirrel. Maybe he likes squirrels too. All right. Around this time, Ozrai, um, you see this extremely colorful display ahead of you as you are coming down the road. Kind of describe your character a bit here.
All right. So Ozrai or Oz is a paladin, a tiefling paladin. He has blue skin and darkened horns, some red eyes, and yeah, he basically he kind of comes from a slightly all right, like well-to-do, like median of the road, well-to-do blacksmith, and didn't really follow in that path, but he kind of has like a little bit of family money and a little bit of family heirloom and stuff like that, like armor and whatnot. He started a family. He's actually a little bit older. He's about 37 at this time. Um, and actually started a family as a farmer and stuff like that. And basically, one day, some unfortunate events happened. He was conscripted by like with pay, like incentivized with pay by a group of paladins to hunt down a group of bandits led by a Kenku. And this Kenku kind of outsmarted them and like led them down a wild goose chase, and in turn attacked Ozrai's family, and both his daughter and his wife was killed. So when he returned, he noticed that his wife's locket was gone. His gold and red locket that she always had was gone. And since then, he took the oath of vengeance and rolled with this group of paladins for a while until he found his own way and his own quest.
All right. And as you yeah, kind of come down, what is his passive perception, Ozrai's?
10.
10. Yeah, you come down and you see this very colorful display of lights, a large crowd gathering. Immediately clock a centaur in the crowd, which because it's an odd thing to see, just in general, despite all the oddities going on in this place. Um, and as you're looking around at the bright, colorful display, um, you just can't help but feel just like this little tug makes you shift a little bit before you keep walking forward.
Hmm.
But yeah, you kind of see the crowd, and it looks like people are gathering. Some sort of announcement may be made in a moment. Carnival might be opening, and tickets going on sale here.
He walks up to these fine people and he goes, "Hail, hello. Beautiful day. That tree ant sure is having fun over there. Haha.
Are you speaking to everyone or anyone specifically?
No one specifically. You may ignore me if you want to.
We're surrounded by like a lot of other people too, right?
Yeah, so this you kind of as you're standing there looking in the queue, you kind of hear this guy just kind of proclaiming, "Ha ha! This looks great." In the background. He's not too far from you.
Yeah, he's just like really happy and saying hi to
Looks
anybody.
a jovial fellow.
Catalan just waved. She's like, "Hey, I'm Catalan, but you can call me Cat if you want. Come on up here. Come here. Come here. Come here."
Hello, my name is Oz. Haha. he jumps.
Haha.
He jumps in the lake or the stream here.
You see that same dwarf with the glassy eye walk up, kind of like, "Oh no, no, no! Hey, don't jump into the stream. It's you might get swept away there, friend. Be careful."
He's
Can
like,
you drink water?
like
Can we
we
drink the
take
water from here?
his off.
Oh yes, it's quite refreshing. I would just not recommend jumping in.
He just like puts his feet in.
All right, that's fine. You can laze about like that, but maybe they should add, maybe head up when you get through. There's the gondola swans when you get in up to the north in the Silver Song Lake that's set up, so you could have some water activities if that's what you're interested in, friends.
Oz really loves the water.
All right.
Like really, really loves the water.
All right. And as you are kind of starting this conversation, Abigail, you begin coming down the road, seeing this large crowd, and give us a quick rundown of your character and
All right.
what you're doing.
So, Abigail's backstory is she grew up with actually really happy with a family, just her mom and dad, until her family was murdered by angry goblin martyrs. Going town to town searching for something she never found out what, but she does remember that day like it was yesterday. Houses were burnt, people were screaming, while her mom quickly put her in a hidey hole under the house, told her do not exit until she came back for her. Her mother and father never came. The only thing that came was silence. When she finally came out against her parents' wishes, all that was left was her mother's axe. But missing was her mom's magical sharpening stone that seemingly never dulled. Um, she then she didn't leave the village for a while, but was picked up weeks later by a group of logger women that found her as they were passing through town. They brought her back to the camp to meet their almighty Jeffrey, their leader and disciple of Tyr. She found her love for Wood and Tyr living with them over the next few years. When she turned 18, she took a vow to Jeffrey and the 26 other women. She would become one of his wives and dedicated her life to Tyr, the women, Jeffrey, and their safety. She led a happy life ever since. She was a logger and a wife. There was always something missing. So since she became a logger in the family, she was the strongest and most skilled with her axe. So she was the lead logger. She also made sure that no one was ever come to harm from her family like the past. When the other women went into town to sell, Abigail, knowing something was missing from her life, always found herself going to the local orphanage, playing with the young girls. She became quite fond of an orphan named Mary Beth. Since Jeffrey was against the women reproducing, Mary Beth was like a daughter to her. She enjoyed spending time with her, buying her toys, anything she could get her hands on. She also vowed to never let anything bad happen to Mary Beth. She even would bring her little knickknacks, like I said. When they aren't in town, though, she always found herself thinking about Mary Beth, sharpening her axe with not her mom's. I had to change that. Not her mom's sharpening stone because it was lost. Thinking about one day she'll get it back. One day she'll bring Mary Beth to live with her. And she's a Logan woman, very strong barbarian woman who loves wood and Tyr.
And Tyr.
And Tyr.
Definitely
Never
not.
forget.
He likes wood.
She
And
loves
Jeff.
she loves Wood, Tyr, and Jeff,
She
and her
loves
26
Jeff Wood.
sister wives.
All right. With that stunning realization, you, Abigail, you approach down the road and you see this very merry carnival. What is your passive perception?
11.
11. Yeah, you immediately see the lights, things like that. This large gathering of crowd. You spot this centaur woman conversing with Tiefling in a jovial way as a dwarven fellow with these fake fairy wings strapped onto him is warning them to not jump in the river. And yeah, you just see this hubbub of activity. And you know you're a logger, you're a forester. This is definitely not the way this region normally is. So something changed here, and this carnival appeared.
Yeah, I think that I would definitely notice like the trees are more whimsical. Is that something?
Yeah, they're very vibrant, a little different from the general area. You could do like an Arcana or nature check if you'd like.
Ooh, what are my new stats? Let's go Arcana, I guess.
Looking around, yeah, it's definitely not natural. Something popped up here, but it doesn't. Yeah, it seems like just a general magical air to it. And again, you see in the skies above, like these large dragonflies flying around and all sorts of strange things. You see the large or the relatively small tree walking around in the background as finally it looks like something is about to happen.
You said that we got these from like a flyer?
Yeah, you found a flyer mentioning the Witchlight Carnival was going to be appearing in the forest. Um, actually, if all of you have, if anyone has any curiosity, you could roll a history check on the Witchlight Carnival to see if you know anything about it.
Indeed. Of course, I will roll history checks.
Oh
There
no.
we go. Oh
Oh,
And so it
no. Come
starts.
on.
I really toast.
is
Don't
it
you start
already
it off this way?
Well, he has a good. He's just bad with histories. Is all there is to it. Now, but I'm gonna go ahead and close this initiative.
Wait, is this a whole new spec though? I mean, this is a different campaign.
This
New
is yeah,
spec?
this is different. There's no spec.
What do you mean? This is a happy carnival. There's nothing malefic here to
Yeah.
assault you.
Yeah.
Gonna be a
This is
freaking clown. I know it.
a place of
Don't.
joy.
Oh, there will be no
Um,
clowns. No.
you um, so history check. Catelyn and funny enough, Catelyn and Ozrai, you guys know you don't know a lot about the Witchlight Carnival. You don't. You have a feeling you'd been here at some point, but you don't remember actually being here. It's just like this weird nostalgia that hits you. Um, but other than that, you have heard of it. It travels throughout um, the planes. It's a interplanar carnival, so it'll appear in various places at various times, and yeah, you don't know the specifics of how it does what it does or who exactly is in charge, but you just know that the proprietors of this place basically just do a pop-up carnival for a couple of days and then they make their sales and they disappear off to different realms, different planes. Kieran, you try to think and your nose bleeds a little bit.
Oh, Kieran's like, oh, golly me. Ooh. Anyone have a tissue?
But with that, I think
Helen,
Michael would
Helen
actually
pulls out like a
finally.
little handkerchief from her back, like satchel pocket hanging
Oh.
on her back. She's like, you got a little yeah, there's some blood.
He graciously accepts and bows, thanking.
But yeah, you guys all kind of gathering. Looks like the immediately you clock, all of you just kind of watching General Din and having conversation, that the people wearing the butterfly wings with kind of the vests on seem to be like staff members, like carnival hands. They're like just keeping track of people, making sure people don't jump in the river, trying to make sure everything's safe best they can. And a couple of them are at the front, just kind of getting ready to start letting people towards the ticket booth. And you see, um, what are you guys like as you're kind of just stuck here waiting for something to happen? Are any of you looking for anything in particular, or just kind of
Yeah.
just waiting?
Azrai is chopping at the bit to get into this place. He really wants to go check everything out. He just sees like lots of lights and colors, and he's ready to go.
Kieran just gives back the handkerchief that this kind centaur lady gave him. He
No, no,
also
no, no.
uses
You know what?
he
You
uses
keep it. You.
prestidigitation. He casts prestidigitation to clean it up.
She was gonna be like, this bloody handkerchief.
It's not bloody anymore. Prestidigitation.
Does cat speak with animals work on bugs?
Speak with animals. Most insects are considered beasts, I believe. So yes, they would be able to speak with insects.
All right, Cat is gonna cast speak with animals because she wants to talk to the dragonfly. She's like, "Hey, what's going on? What do you see? Do you see anything interesting?"
It's this large dragonfly, and you realize there's somebody riding on top of it as it's flying over you, and the dragonfly just kind of yells, "I'm kind of busy. Sorry," and goes off.
Wait, hold on a second. You got someone flying on you. Wait. Hold on a
Yeah, it
second.
just zips off, and you see it kind of flying off into the fairgrounds. Um, but
Cat pounds. She's now kicking the water at Oz because she's sad.
Oz splashes some water back. He's like, ha ha ha!
All right, Abigail, are you looking around at all, or just waiting
Um,
in line?
she definitely is thinking about Mary Beth right now and wants to get like some kind of knickknack for her. Loves to get her just odd little things. When she's like, "Well, this is just an odd little place. Like this is crazy. This would be perfect for Mary Beth."
All right. And as you guys are looking around, you see like kind of the treant creature kind of stands near the archway, and they start having people come up to the ticket booth to get tickets to enter. And you look at the ticket booth, and it has this kind of silver statue of a dancing fairy mounted on its roof. It's surrounded by like little fluttering butterflies. It's hard to see exactly what's decorated with until you get a little closer, but it looks like there's like um, some sort of stars or something like that decorated onto the side of it. But they look like they move, like it's a little moving painting on the walls of the ticket booth, like stars in the sky. Um, and you see an announcement goes out. Welcome, one and all! Welcome, one and all, to the Witchlight Carnival. We are opening hours now. As a reminder, the carnival will run for 8 hours. Please, as you come in, accept your welcoming gift from our good friend. Um, and you see this man who gestures to the treant that is there. Ooh, what they name this guy? Our good friend Northwind. He will provide you with various gifts as you enter, and please make sure that when you purchase your ticket, you will receive a set of wings, much like you see myself and much of this staff wearing. Um, ensure that you keep those on at all time to signify that you've purchased a ticket. This is very important. You need to at least carry them visibly or wear them. But they must be seeable at all times, everyone. And you, as you're seeing this, you realize it's the person who's talking with this kind of light voice is this goblin. It's kind of old-looking goblin inside of the ticket booth announcing to everyone. Um, he goes, uh, and make sure keep it orderly. Uh, for the first hour, the gifts will be given out to people who've received the tickets. You'll get your wings. You get to enter the Witchlight Carnival. Each ticket grants you 8 punches that you may take to various attractions. That's 1 punch per attraction. So you will have 8 of those. You can still walk about the carnival grounds when you've used all 8. Don't worry. But once you have done that, if you'd like to, you can purchase a secondary ticket to go to more attractions, of course. Also, while you are on the grounds, please be respectful of your other guests. No thievery, no shenaniganery, nothing of that nature. Because these things would be dealt with harshly. I will remind you all that at 4 o'clock there will be the big top extravaganza at the main tent. Please, by all means, come by when it's happening, enjoy a fine show, and at the end of the evening, we will crown the Witchlight Monarch. And you just see like streamers and like party poppers and things like that go off, and there's a bunch of fanfare from all the staff, and again another flyby of like a little squadron of the large dragonflies goes overhead as he announces crowned the Witchlight Monarch and gesticulates. um, and then you see the crowd around you kind of starts clapping in wonder of all of this, and there's a lot of oohing and eyeing as now please come approach, get your tickets, and enter. And the you guys find yourself as this kind of mass of Faerun denizens slowly creeping towards the front of the ticket booth, and Caitlin or Catalin, I'm sorry. I'll probably see Caitlin a couple times just because it's so close
It's
until I
okay.
get used to it. Um, you notice that another strange-looking individual has kind of entered the line behind Abigail, as you'll see this woman kind of enter in behind her, kind of wearing heavier armor, face bandaged up, with this blonde hair kind of walks in behind her. Seems to be wielding some sort of shield and a mace. Like a shield's on her back and a mace is kind of hilted at her side. But you pick up on it with your passive. That she's just kind of saddled in line, is kind of looking around.
You said she's behind me?
Yeah, she's directly behind Abigail.
Um,
Who is, you see this, and you do take in Abigail, this large-looking woman wearing like this plaid outfit with a big old axe.
oh my God. My God. Why are there band-aids all over your face? Take those off, honey. Are you okay? Who hurt you?
Madeline
Sh-
from afar is pointing to. She's like, "What's wrong with your face?"
you'll just hear, just kind of laugh. There's nothing wrong with my face, sillies. I'm fine.
Then why is it covered? You are a woman
It's
of
Oh,
too hot
beauty.
for that.
well, it's because of all the horrible scars. People don't like to see that.
My God, honey. If Lord Tyr has built you with scars, then Lord Tyr says that you should show your scars. Show them. Everybody should see your beautiful face.
She leans into you and goes, "Do you really want to see them? Would you like to?"
Why not? You are you and you are beautiful.
She leans into you, and you see she pulls the bandage down, and there are horrible, deep scars all across her face, in various striations, and some of them look like there's some even like recent open wounding on her face. And she just smiles, and you see one of the wounds kind of split a little bit, and she goes, "There you go."
My
Oz goes,
God.
ho, 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 that is horrific.
Who did this to you,
No, it's not.
darling? Who touched
Carla
you?
goes, "Oh my god! Put it back on, put it back on."
She just smiles at Catalan and puts the bandages back on. She says, "See, people don't really like it that much."
I know what I'd like to do. I'd like to show whoever did that to you a lesson. They wouldn't like me when I'm
Oh,
angry.
don't worry, friend. The lesson's already been learned.
Oh, bless your heart.
Haha,
That is beautiful.
you misunderstand. I love them. They are horrific and amazing.
She looks over to you, tilts her head a bit. Well, that's great. Anyway, are you all here for the carnival?
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
so.
Yes. Yes.
I'm here for the
Me too.
snacks.
Wow, great. Mind if
Isn't that
I?
what they said on the flyer here? So there'd be snacks. Lots of snacks.
You you look at the flyer and it has nothing specifically about snacks.
But I that's what I read. She throws it into the river.
Oh, honey, no. No, don't
The
litter.
dwarf.
Oh my God, we don't harm the earth. No, no, no. She tries to fish it
Oz
out.
tries to come up.
The
He
the
sneaks
woman with the bandages back on her face just extends a hand to you, Abigail, and goes, "My name's Lydia. Pleasure to meet you."
Oh my gosh, Lydia, what a beautiful name. I'm Abigail Hoosier. It is a pleasure to meet you, scars and all. You are beautiful, okay? And she shakes
She
your hand.
like she holds on, like shakes your hand and holds on to it a little bit too long and goes, "Wow, you seem like you're really strong."
Well, chopping trees doesn't do itself.
I bet you can take a pretty terrible beating.
Well, I just hope not. I prefer no violence, but if it were, then bless their hearts, they'll get what's coming to them.
That's great. So good to meet you.
So great to meet you too, darling.
And Osaria, did you kind of wander off after going, "Yes, yes"?
Yes. He got excited to get back in line. He didn't even introduce himself. He's just so excited to
All
get
right.
it.
But yeah, this woman saddles in behind you guys, and eventually, Kellen, you guys will, as the group of you reaches the front of the ticket booth, and the kind of let me go back to it. You see the goblin there, wearing a fairly nice outfit. He Next to him is oh no, let's see. Yeah, he's just got this big like little thing of tickets, all these tickets with like little punches on them that are used for the various events here. And as you approach, he goes, "Welcome, welcome, please, come, come. Would you like a ticket, my dear centaur friend?"
Oh, most definitely. I would love a ticket and I would love these gifts and I really like to get some snacks real quick.
Of course, there are plenty of snacks, entertainment inside, and well, you're the only centaur I've seen so far. So, and he kind of begins to look around, kind of the people in the line around you, and you see as he clocks Kieran, he clocks Abigail, Ozrai, and this lady Lydia that walked up behind you, and he goes, "I actually have wondrous news for you. All five of you, actually, good sir." And he looks to you, Kieran, and if you don't all mind approaching the ticket booth.
You said
It's
this is a
waving.
goblin.
Yep.
Um, Hesitantly, Abigail will come up and she will look straight at him and say, "Sir, normally I'd say good sir, but no goblin is a good goblin. Are you a good
Well,
goblin or a bad goblin?
I mean, that's a fairly racist and ignorant thing to say to someone you've just met.
I feel like if you were a good goblin, it would have been very clear that you were a good goblin. But you did not answer the question that I asked you.
Well, I will let you know, madam, that if you wish to start a ruckus here at the Witchlight Carnival, you will find yourself unwelcome on the premises. Even if you have purchased a ticket, we will turn you away.
Are you frightened by me? Is there a reason that you should be
No,
frightened by me? Does my
you
face
are
resemble?
vaguely threatening me.
I just want to know if you're a good goblin or a bad goblin.
And I'm just
Ignore
letting you
her.
know the rules of the carnival. Yes, good sir. He turns
Yeah,
his
ignore
attention to the
her.
tiefling.
Listen, my
um,
friend, my good friend. We know you're a good guy. Please,
Do we?
please continue with your gifts and your tickets. We have money.
yes, no, money, as I was about to say to all of you, and I wanted you to gather up. Money unnecessary for you five individuals, as a benefactor, in fact, has indicated that each and every one of you should be given a ticket for free.
So you're a
Oh,
good goblin. Okay, we're going good place. Y'all gotta do is say that.
Cattling claps.
you ask him who?
Yeah, like kind of unexpectedly, like roughly.
I'll say Kieran's a bit taken by this as well, and he leans in to assist.
Right, I'll
We'll try with.
say, give a,
Yes, might you tell me the
yeah,
name of this benefactor?
either persuasion or intimidation, whatever you're trying to lean into right now, is right. Um, all right. He kind of goes back and he goes, well, sir,
His eye twitches.
they did not give the specific name to me, only that you were to be allowed in um, to the Witchlight Carnival. They indicated that they wanted you to enjoy the festivities, and they will likely come to speak with you at some point, I imagine.
Oh, that's all you had to say, friend. Thank you very much.
It kind of like straightens his outfit a little bit as he like regains his posture.
Catalin scoots over to Abigail a little bit. She's like, "Hi, I'm just curious. What's the difference between good goblins and bad goblins?"
Oh dear girl. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you. Bad goblins murder people. Bad goblins murder good people for no reason at all.
What?
They just go around
Why
just
would they do that?
murdering people.
Is
Good
he
goblins,
is he a
very,
bad
very.
one?
I
Is she
mean,
looks at the goblin? Is he a bad one?
he seems like he's pretty legit so far. So he's in like the 1%, I would say. The 1% of
Is he
good
gonna try
goblins.
to
We call
murder
them the
me? I
1%.
Oh my
the one
god.
percenters? Okay.
She's
Do I
so
need to be
racist.
scared? Um,
I don't think so, honey, but don't you worry. I'm good with dealing with goblins, okay?
Oh my god.
okay.
Mother of God.
I can't.
What do you mean, you people?
As you say you're good with dealing with goblins, you just hear from behind you, Lydia just goes, "That's fantastic."
Isn't it, dear? Isn't it? Oh, you wouldn't
How
you
does
wouldn't
how does
believe the
one
goblin skulls I've killed.
how does one deal with a goblin?
Oh, you just smash their face in. It's really simple. They're quite small creatures.
It's more fun if you do it slowly. Anyway, we should get in.
Oh,
I
honey,
hmm.
even
We
evil
need to talk
goblins
about this
shouldn't have to
later.
suffer. Shouldn't make
You
any
can eat
creature
them? I
suffer.
wonder,
As you're-
do you add special spices? Does it we need to
Honey,
talk
that's
about this later.
cannibalism. They're still a human. Even if they're
Oh, they
evil.
are?
Would you want to put
Oh.
that evil meat inside you? That's just
as
crawling
you
for
guys
like
have this
disease.
horrendous conversation in the background, the goblin hands the ticket over to Ozrai and will hand each one of you a ticket to enter the carnival.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Please enjoy
Catalan looks for the nearest
yourselves.
food vendor. Where's the nearest food vendor?
Is it still the same ticket that like you described? It has like 8 punches and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same looking ticket.
I didn't know if it was different.
Nothing. It doesn't. I mean, you can make an investigation check if you'd like.
I wasn't sure if he was giving us a different one because of the benefactor thing or not, but
Yeah, I'd say just roll an investigation.
eek.
He kind of warily spy the ticket, unsure if they're like marked or something by this goblin who probably is trying to kill you. Let's be real. You, you you don't see anything off about it, so it looks to be the same as every other ticket that is on the counter.
Is there like still a lot of people around, or do I have a chance to ask him like a question before I head out?
You're kind of the last one in the line to get the ticket, aside from Lydia. So, but the crowd's kind of slowly moving in. You could probably, you have to get a ticket from him, so you can ask him something if you want.
All right. When he hands me the ticket, I look at it and I'd be like, dear 1%er, where would a gift shop to be? I'll say it slower. Where would a gift shop be to buy things?
Madam, there will be many places all over the carnival to buy gifts.
Oh my God, he's a stupid one. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes, be gone.
So I said earlier that Kieran was like really pale, but he is so embarrassed. He doesn't even know this person right now very well, but he's got color in his cheeks because he's so embarrassed at this conversation that he just overheard.
But you are given a ticket, Kieran, and the goblin just says, please enjoy yourself despite don't worry, if she causes a ruckus, she'll be dealt with.
He's just like, I'm on behalf of all people with manners and politeness, I apologize for her. I don't know why, but I feel I must.
That's all right. We get all kinds here at the Witchlight Carnival. It's just
Kieran
happy
will
to
also
come to
ask,
blows at the gate.
Indeed. Kieran will also ask, you mentioned you didn't know the name, but might you know where this patron might want to meet us later?
I believe they mentioned something. Oh, I should have told all of you. The Feasting Orchard. I believe they should be at.
My good sir, thank you.
Of course. And he hands you a ticket, and you watch as this woman reaches out with a. She's not wearing like gauntlet gloves. She's got kind of like these leather gloves on, but takes a ticket as well right behind you. And just kind of leans in and goes, "You really seem like a smart one. You mind if I follow you around a bit?"
Madam, it would be my pleasure.
All right. Let's see what's going on here. She'll just file in after you.
Kieran feels like he should probably inform the other 3 people in the same predicament that the Feasting Orchard. So he's not really looking at the attractions because he didn't come here specifically for the attractions. He just came here because he felt like he needed to.
And as each of you guys are coming in, the treant hands you guys a welcoming gift. So let me go to that.
Oh my!
Wait, so it's an actual tree?
Yeah, it's a treant.
It's a tree ant. It's a giant ant made of wood.
No, it's a
living sentient tree.
It's a living tree. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Lord of the Rings?
Are they like normal around these like our world?
People know treants.
Okay.
You know the things that druids hang around in World of Warcraft?
No, I know what they are, but I didn't know if they were.
Rings.
I didn't know if they were normal.
Usually
those are ents.
I would say you want knowledge for Abigail, like what she would know.
Yeah, because I mean she's a logger, so I'm not sure she would maybe
Yeah.
run into
She's
this.
accidentally killed many of them.
Exactly. Like
You killed
I will
my
say,
mother.
give me a history check with advantage because of your background.
Oh golly me, I've killed many families.
okay, I'm the new toast. I'm the new Harlan.
With 11, yeah, treants are sentient trees. The most ancient of them are extremely powerful, but they take a long time to grow up. Yeah, you would know that most people avoid areas where treants keep, groves and things like that because they're extremely
Okay,
dangerous.
so we would know not to.
So you guys would not mess with them. It would be folly, and to start a war with them would probably get you entangled with druids of the forest as well, who you've got like this shaky thing of they not sure what to do with your weird cult.
Yeah, Abigail tries to hide her axe as she accepts this gift.
And the treant just kind of goes, "Welcome, welcome, one and all. Enjoy your time at the Witchlight Carnival." And he just uh, tosses up various welcoming gifts for everyone who came through. Please make a dexterity check to see if you catch one on your way in.
Is it a save or just like a?
Straight dex roll.
Oh, dex roll. Sorry, I rolled a save.
It's okay.
That's worse.
What's the modifier? All right. So Abigail, probably because you're leery about getting near a treant and having it smash you, you miss one and just kind of skulk off.
Yep.
Kieran, you're focused on like watching all these people dissipate, and you're like, "Oh God, I gotta tell them," because you get in a little later, and you're trying to key them, so you miss one that he's tossing around. Ozrai and Catalin, and I guess I'll roll one for Lydia to see if she gets one. I have to bring up her sheet. She'll do a dex check. Here we go. Yeah, she catches one on her way in. I need Ozrai, Catalin, and one for Lydia. So a D8, please. Each one of you roll a D8. See what she gets. 7. And 6. Catelyn, as you catch it, it looks like a seed at first, but as you catch the seed in your hand, you open your palm, and it's a gold coin.
Money.
So you get an extra gold piece. Ozrai, same thing. You catch the seed in your hand, and as you go to open your hand, you see this dull black coin for a split second, and then you see a gold coin in your hand.
He just kind of frowns at it and puts it in his pocket.
And I think Lydia got something different. What did she get? She catches something, and she goes, "Wow, what a great place!" She just puts it in her pocket. Follows after. Follows after you, Kieran. But you, so each one of you looks like you kind of went off to a different area. So we'll just kind of go through the first hour of arriving. Ozrai, you head over to this Hall of Illusions.
Yeah, he immediately goes in. I assume, is there mirrors in here?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me go to the Hall of Illusions here. You'll have to bear with me because there's a lot of different places, and I figured you guys go to different places, so we're going to tackle everybody, as we go, one at a time. Okay. So as you approach the Hall of Illusions, there's a glass cabinet that stands near the entrance to the tent. Um, you see a wooden mannequin of a grinning raven-haired young woman in a witch's attire and a green flame cape hovers inside of the glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha, the wizard known for her hideous laughter.
Nice.
And as you are looking at the cabinet, you watch as a halfling couple holds their hands as they approach it. One of the halflings is wearing some butterfly face paint, and as he drops to one knee, he pulls out a small box from his pocket. And his the other halfling kind of bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling with the face paint on him begins to sob and run off away to a tent without getting his ticket punched, as it appears his heart has been broken this day. You just observe that happen as you do see someone at the Hall of Illusions is there taking tickets.
Uh,
Um,
Oz approaches with his ticket like outstretched, like he wants to go in.
uh, you can also, if you'd like to, make a history check in regards to Tasha, if you want to ruminate on that name at all.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you would recall that Tasha is one of the names that reputedly was used by. Here, I'll have to copy paste this.
Some good
It's
thinking rolls.
Igwilf, the Witch Queen, a legendary archmage.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, Oz doesn't know how to feel about it. He obviously knows of them, but it just is kind of like, interesting.
and as you get kind of close, you have to go by the mirror there, and with that has the mannequin in it. I need you to actually make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All the good rolls.
Um, you feel as if a spell is about to be cast on you, as if you were supposed to break out into laughter, which now you assume is what happened to the uh, woman that was proposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the spell doesn't take hold, and you just feel this empty feeling.
Hmm. This empty, like he feels sad, like sadder now because of it.
No, just empty
He's just like,
emptiness. There's no laughter to be had.
hmm. Uh, he approaches to enter the Hall of Illusions.
All right. Uh, the rest of the tent appears as a mural of shifting images, uh, showing grinning fairies diving into pools of color. There's helical stripes on the tent's pointed canopies that rotate little spirals, and the whole display seems to be designed kind of to befuddle people. You see, kind of there waiting to get your ticket, a clown dressed in this muted garb stands there blinking at you. He's kind of wearing this it's kind of funny you ran into this guy. Um it won't let me link this in the tabletop, so I'm going to put it into our Discord here. You see this guy. Um
He looks like Shaggy a little bit.
a little bit.
Like Zoinks,
But
man.
he's just sitting there blinking at you as you kind of enthusiastically present him your ticket.
Yep. Yep.
He gives a bit of a sigh and he reaches out to grab your ticket and he has a little punch. And as you're looking at him, it almost looks like all the color has been leached out of his skin, his hair, his eyes, and his apparel. He's in this like, and it hits you especially. this monochromatic look.
Say, friend, you're not looking so well.
You look at him and he puts his hands up and then he points towards his neck and then waves his hands off in a dismissing gesture.
Huh. Oz, he's like, what? What do you mean?
And then he kind of like, you see he pulls his hand up to his chin as if thinking, and then he basically puts his arms out and like flaps his arms a bit, and then he has a little satchel that he pulls out, and he reaches into it and then pulls out of it really quickly, and then he points at his neck, and he does like a little running in place gesture.
Oh, that's okay, friend. You do your you do what you have to do to feel better, okay? He goes in.
He sighs and punches your ticket as you go in. Well, he would sigh, but he gives like the exasperated like gesture of sighing as he just slumps, punches your ticket, and you walk into the hall. Yeah, as you walk in, you see tall mirrors line the interior. The mirrors near the entrance reflect as you walk by. You look at a mirror and it looks like you, but a younger you. Um, Way before your family, way before anything that ever happened to you. It's just young Ozrai looking back at you in the mirror for a moment.
Um, Oz disregards the younger himself and looks to other mirrors that are more closely to him.
Um, as you begin to look around at the other mirrors, you see the same image, but as you look from mirror to mirror, you see that you, in the reflection, are slowly getting older and older and older
Um,
until you start to see yourself becoming like a decrepit old man.
Oz stops in front of the old man and just stares at him. Just very,
Uh,
very intently staring into his eyes coldly.
you look at this visage of yourself as an old man, um, and the blue skin you once had is gone. It is this almost like the man you looked at outside, as if color drained from you. Monochromatic, old tiefling. You see in his hand is a strange looking blade, one that seems to almost eat the light around it. And he just stares at you as he's kind of like, when the knight, like a knight, posts up with their hand on the hilt of the sword and they just give a dead gaze. That's all he's doing. The what would have been your red burning embers of eyes are these dull white embers.
Um, Oz loses his cool and he headbutts the mirror like really hard.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll. We'll say unarmed attack.
Okay.
You go and hit your head against the mirror and it goes ding against it. Um, and as you do that, the mirror just kind of wavers a little bit. And you see coming out from behind one of the mirrors, like it's kind of a little off kilter, is a gnomish looking woman wearing that kind of vest and the wings, and she goes, "Whoa, hey buddy, don't try and break anything in here, okay?"
Oz says, that wasn't me trying to break it. I just wanted to give myself a head pat. Ha ha ha!" And he walks away.
She just goes, "Yeah, sure. All right, buddy. Just all right." So you leave. You did kind of clock a couple other of these Witchlight hands for the carnival. Were kind of coming into the scene and peering into what the ruckus was um, as you hit some of the property.
He just gives him a smile and acts like he didn't do it. He's like, "Oh, these mirrors, they just, they do some crazy things sometimes." Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, all right. You leave the hall of mirrors and begin to head out. So we will move on to the next thing. Um, Abigail, were you headed up to the Silver Song Lake?
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking at all of these little buildings, seeing if there's anything to
Okay.
buy, or on my way to it. Yes.
All right. Yeah, you see there's like various little knickknacks. There's like little smaller versions of the butterfly wings that people are wearing in the various colors because everybody gets different colors of them. Um, you see what appears to be posters that they have for sale depicting two individuals. One of them depicts this fellow here, and the other one depicts this fellow here.
Oh my.
And you see the first one is Mr. Witch, and the second one is Mr. Light on the poster.
Okay.
And it just has the Witchlight Carnival, and there's another one of the two of them together. This one with a big smile on the Mr. Light has a big smile on his face, and Mr. Witch just looks very stately, almost as if he was sitting down to have someone do a portrait of him, kind of thing. And yeah, there's various little streamers, little enchanted rocks that glow various colors. Yeah, all sorts of little knickknacks around.
All right. I I think the wings would catch her, just because they're so whimsical and whatnot, and she'd want to get a pair for Mary Beth. So she'd go up to somebody and be like, "How much for those beautiful wings in the child size?"
Yeah, you see one of the Witchlight hands say, kind of scratchy looking teen, human goes, ma'am, that'll be hold on, I have to check the pricing guide. He reaches down and pulls out like a almost looks like a laminated slip is the best way to describe it. Starts
Wonderful.
looking, um, uh, wait, which one did you want?
The child sized fairy wings.
Child size,
Butterfly wings, whatever. The wings for the children size.
right, but you're not a child.
Oh my god, is everyone here stupid? Okay, no, they're a gift, silly.
Oh, all right, that'll be a silver piece.
Okay, alright. You sure you can take this and exchange it, okay?
What do you mean?
Oh my gosh. Here. Let me do it for you. She breaks it up and gives a silver piece to him.
You have a gold coin. You don't have any silver.
No, well, that's what I was like. She like reaches over and is like divvying it to give the correct amount of change back.
Ma'am, do not put your hands at this booth. I will call security.
Honey, I just want to make sure I get the correct amount of money.
I will
Correct.
give you your correct change. Please stop. And you see a couple of the Witchlight hands start looking over to the tent. I need you to stop. reaching over towards the money.
She puts her hands up. Oh my. So touchy.
All right. Here's your change. 9 silver. Jeez.
Thank you. Thank you.
Puts it in a box. And, yeah.
Oh,
So,
oh, what beautiful little
immediately 2
packaging.
people being monitored by the Witchlight hands.
Beautiful.
Hey, you are doing great and you are a beautiful soul, okay?
All right. Do you need anything else?
No, I think this will do just fine. And I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, bye. Have a good, enjoy the carnival.
You too. She walks away.
I work here.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay. Well then
That's
don't
like
have
telling someone at a movie theater to enjoy a movie.
look, honey, I don't know what you want. Have a good day. Is that better?
That's better. Have a
Okay.
good day.
I hope you have a good day and I apologize for interfering in your change duties.
All right, bye.
But yeah, she'll make her way up to this little gondola thing, I guess, on the lake.
All right. Heading toward the gondola swans. Catalin, were you also heading in that direction?
Yeah, she walked past the carousel initially and realized that you won't fit on any of that. In fact, she was kind of intrigued that some of them probably looked like her, but she headed over to the gondola swans and see if she could find any swans.
Okay. And you were on the lookout for snacks on your way too, correct?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, you on your way to the gondola swans, you kind of run into some various vendors. They're selling like candied nuts, things like that. Some of them have like some types of like uh, these very oddly colored berries. Um, but they're quite large. Like they don't seem like a normal berry. Even like for you, someone who could like conjure good berries, they're like something far different.
She looks at the vendor. She's like, "What kind of berries are these?"
Oh, these are, and you see kind of a older looking human man go, these are berries from the Feywild.
What do they do?
They taste quite good.
Do they do anything? Will they make me
They,
fly like a butterfly?
I don't know. I've never seen someone fly after eating one of these berries, but maybe you will.
Are they poisonous?
Not that I know of. We've been selling them for a while, so if someone's been poisoned, they haven't done it here.
Can I have a sample?
Give me a persuasion check.
It'll show up eventually.
I'm afraid not. They would get quite cross with me if I started giving away free food.
She makes a pouty face.
I'm sorry, but they're not expensive. 5 copper pieces. I'll give you 1. I'll give you 2 for a silver.
Um, I'll give you a gold piece and you can give me some change.
Excellent. And he'll give you 2 berries and give you 9 silver back.
She pops one of the berries in her mouth.
It's quite delicious. Very juicy and like has this strange flavor to it that you never quite you can't even like pin down the flavor. It's almost like it changes a little bit as you eat it. But it's quite good.
She looks over at him and she's got like berries squishing out the side of her mouth. She's like, "This is so good."
Exactly. If you want more, we'll be around the carnival, so please stop by, buy some more.
She gives them a thumbs up as she walks over to the river lake area and looks for swans.
All right. So as you're walking there, I'll say that this point you run into Abigail, who's in the same area. So you guys connect, and the gondola swans. Let me go over there. All right, you guys approach. I'd say probably you got there first. Catelyn and Abigail showed up after because she did a little shopping. But you see Catelyn there. But you see these enormous swans that glide through the water, pulling these ornate wooden gondolas draped with flowers. They seem to disappear into the banks of the silver mist as they wend their way down the river. Jetty extends ahead, at the end of which a waiting swan preens its feathers. And Catelyn, you see that these uh, gondolas that they pull are actually large enough to fit multiple people, so they could fit you as well as some other people on them.
Well, finally, a ride I can get on. She hops straight on in and she starts chatting away with the swan.
All right. You see there is a
And she
witchlight
waves to
hand who
Abigail.
just
She's like, "Come with me."
there's a witchlight hand right before you get to the swan who just goes, "Oh, ma'am, I just need to punch your ticket."
Oh, sorry. She
He'll
hands over her
punch.
ticket.
She punches your ticket. Abigail, do you join up?
Oh yeah. She sees and she goes, "Oh, was it Catalan, right? Did I get that right? I'm like really good with names."
It is. I'm really bad with names. I already forgot yours.
Abigail. That's no problem at all. It's a beautiful name, so it's fine. You're definitely
I'm going to
not the
forget it in
stupidest
about 5
person
minutes.
that I've met today, so I don't mind reminding you. Do you mind
Well,
if
hop
I?
in. Hop in. Let's go
Okay, I
for a
was gonna
ride.
say, do you mind if I join you? Okay.
No. What's your name, Mr. Swan?
As you are going to talk to the swan, getting into the gondola, uh, Abigail, you see the kind of ticket taker there go, "Oh, mom, can I punch your ticket?"
Oh I'm so sorry, silly me. I hand him my ticket.
He punches it, and yeah, you can get onto the gondola. And as you speak to the swan, um, yeah, they do in fact speak common.
I'm sorry. Is this Swan speaking?
Yeah, you can't hear him?
No, I
you
did.
see,
That's the problem.
you see the swan looks to you and goes, "Oh, I'm Featherine. A pleasure, please. Get aboard and we'll go on our tour."
Oh
Oh,
my.
it is so nice to meet you, Mr. Featherine. Let's go.
Oh my.
Now, do they treat you well? Do they give you snacks? Do you get a rest?
Oh, I enjoy my time here, contemplating the wonders and mysteries of life. And as you guys begin to pull away, thinking about the true existential dread of existence, you know. You are pulling up in the water.
Oh my.
Oh, that's a little deep for me. I was
After
just
all,
wondering what you had for snacks.
oh, well, you know, what is a snack but something to bring joy? And what is joy, after all? A fleeting moment, perhaps? I
I'm sorry.
wish I could even believe I'm having this conversation. How do I know that you even exist at this stage as she's taking you down the river?
Are
She
you
she pinches him.
okay?
Oh, I'm quite fine. Have you ever thought about the nature of existence?
I mean,
I have meditated over that many, many times. That's something that my parents always had me do.
what is happening? Do you not believe in the good Lord Tyr? The good Lord Tyr will bring joy to all those who worship him daily.
You think
He
that Tyr has any idea of what it even means to be real?
It doesn't matter. We are in Tyr's hands. You need to find Tyr.
I don't think Abigail. Does he speak common, or can Abigail understand him?
Where's he
It's
coming?
common, yeah. It's common.
Okay.
Like, do you mind, Mr. Swan? Do you mind if we pray?
You can pray all you want. You won't find any true answers, for there are none.
Oh my God. Are you an atheist? No wonder your life is empty. Oh, please, please let me bring Tyr into your life. Please, Liv Swan. She grabs.
I'm really, really uncomfortable right now. Like really uncomfortable.
Oh my God.
The direction that you're taking this.
Oh my God.
You guys are continuing down the river, and I go ahead and make a persuasion check, Abigail, about Tyr. Disadvantage because this is an existential swan.
What did you say to make? I'm sorry. Persuasion?
Persuasion at disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage. Ooh.
You're talking to a creature that is not even sure it exists.
Oh my God.
Catalin's like
Um,
all the way at the edge of the boat, like kind of like.
yeah.
All right,
And if Abigail has like a disease or something, she's just
we're
like,
gonna join
ooh.
hands. We're gonna join hands. We're
No,
gonna join
we're
hands.
not. We're not. No,
We're not gonna join hands. Oh my God, Caitlin.
No. In
Caitlin.
my family, we keep our hands to ourselves.
Okay, then
Tell
raise
me.
your hands to the sky like you're reaching for
Tell me.
Tyr.
Person who prays to Tyr, in worlds so full of magic, is time an illusion?
This place is the devil.
Gravity,
Are they far from shore?
100%.
This place is Avernus. She's
Are they
nothing
far
like
from
Dermot.
shore?
Yeah, you guys are going down the river, and it's a quick going river, and you were warned earlier not to jump into it as it might sweep you away.
Because
So
Catalin's
you are,
definitely
for all
contemplating
intents and
jumping.
purpose, stuck on this ride. It's like you got on a small world, and you are not liking it one bit.
I am not having a good time. She puts the other berry in her mouth, hoping that will like change her life.
She, Abigail, I think at this point with the swan, she's so blasphemed by the swan, and then, Catalin just scooting away that she like raises, like, like a woman in church. She's raising her hand, lowering her head, and is just like silently praying that these two will find Tyr. But she's silent the rest of the way, just hands in the sky, head lowered.
As you've chosen to take none of the inquiries seriously or attempt to answer them, I need you guys both to make a dexterity check saving throw.
Oh no!
No.
Rip.
Oh no.
Yeah, a horse on a boat's probably not
Oh
going
no!
to be doing a good dex check.
A horse on a boat.
Centaur on a boat.
Advantages.
You, Catlin, the gondola rocks as it gets a little too close to the shore and then tilts, and you actually fall into the river.
Oh.
Awesome!
Awesome. Great.
And you feel the current of the river starting to pull you. Abigail, you have a chance to try and grab onto her if you want to try and save her from the river.
Oh, 100%. What do I gotta do?
I'll say a athletics or an athletics check. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was DC 20, but she got 21 anyway. So now that I was
Nice.
thinking about it, but so you manage to like slowly pull her back onto the ship, and it's really weird as you're kind of clopping around trying to get reoriented, but completely soaked. And the swan just goes, if you didn't exist, It would probably be better for you, right? I think that's true. And the boat ride continues.
I
You
think
are
I like
scaring me.
existing. You're so strong. I can't believe you pulled me out like that. Do
Oh.
you lift a lot of weights? Like, how did you get so strong?
Honey, I chop trees and then I haul them back.
Can you show me how to chop cheese later?
Oh my god, I would love to. You give me so much
That'd be
joy.
great. I don't really like the whole praying thing, but I really do
Oh.
like the thought
Oh.
of doing that. Yeah, but we can find
All right.
another way to connect.
Oh, okay, yeah,
As you guys
yeah.
sail, you guys are doing the circuit on the river, so you're going around the carnival with this existential swan who occasionally asks you questions about, existence.
That's great.
And that is, we'll
Wait,
move
what
on.
was his name again? It was like
Featherine.
Featherine. Okay.
Featherine.
Yeah, excellent. You guys are doing great so far. I'll tell you what.
That sounds like it.
He's like, you're doing great. Dot dot dot.
What was Abigail's charisma? 10.
Yeah, go back to my sheet. Charisma is 11.
Okay. Yeah, so she's got no riz, so it makes a little more sense this time.
No, none.
Yeah, it's true.
At least this time she's not playing a charisma-based character who's really awkward.
That's going to be me. I was right, but I myself have like a less than 7 charisma.
This is all Abigail knows is Tyr and Wood. So
Kieran, you watched as the actually give me a because you were trying to follow after the people who split off.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. Great. You definitely clock the direction. Catalin's really easy to spot. You saw her kind of go off to the north and east, kind of looping around that direction. You saw Abigail head to the north and west, and then you saw Ozrai heading off westward. So you clocked every direction people went. But as you are looking around the carnival, you actually notice. And do you the wings that you were given? Are you holding on to them, or did you put them on, or how are you using those?
How big are they?
They're big enough that they could fit onto your back comfortably. They have like different sizes of harnesses that they kind of handed out to each person, kind of based on their size.
As a generally posh person, do they look stupid?
They're very well made, but you are wearing fairy wings effectively.
Uh,
It's up to you whether or not that would be an acceptable thing to do.
he does not wear them, but he like kind of puts them around his head and like neck and just wears it like a necklace just because he has to.
Understood. And let me ask, real quick, Ozrai, Abigail, and Kellen, were you guys all wearing your wings, or just holding on to them and having them exposed, or did you like pack them away or something?
oh no, I wore
Kevin
them.
was totally wearing hers.
I figured.
Oz actually dropped his when he went around the corner of the Pixie Kingdom.
Oh, so you dropped them.
Yep.
All right, we'll get to that in a minute. You, Kieran, spot someone in the crowd who's not wearing their wings, and you see, ever so briefly, a little girl in like a pig mask bumps into the person who's not wearing their wings, gives a little laugh. The person looks confused, and then she disappears behind a tent.
Kieran just kind of goes. Is that all he sees? Is just the kid bumps into him and then disappears?
Yeah, And then you see the person looking really confused for a second, and just starts wandering towards the exit.
Interesting.
And you saw the other thing that you saw is that little girl had like this big lollipop. It was really weird.
Creepy. All right, avoid the creepy pig mask kids. Aaron writes down in his mental journal. Did he see which way Oz went? Actually, no.
Yeah.
Was there a park map at the booth?
Yeah. You picked up a map that looks exactly like this.
Cool. Kieran
The
looks
only
at
one
his.
who asked. You were the one who got one. They were just sitting there.
Kieran looks at his park map. He knows the two ladies went north, close to where the meeting area is. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna go look for Oz.
All right.
Or the blue tiefling guy. And
Yeah.
did he see him go right or left in this big circle area?
It left. You saw him kind of crawl around. He made a brief pit. It seemed like he wandered over towards the Pixie Kingdom and then continued on his way for a moment.
All right, cool. He nudges Bandage McBandage face. He's like, "Hey, pretty sure that blue guy went
Hey.
this way."
All right. Well, let's go find him.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, and as you're kind of rounding the corner, at this point, Oz would be inside of the Hall of Illusions. Um, so you kind of round the corner and you do not see him immediately.
I guess he just kind of looks around. He's like, maybe he went inside one of the things. He just looks around, see if there's anything of note going on.
All right, give me another perception check. Wow. All right. You notice kind of near the Pixie Kingdom, you see when the Witchlight hands is bending over and he's picked up a pair of wings. And it's just a set of wings and he's looking around like he's trying to find someone, and he's got give me an insight check actually.
Oof.
Yeah, it's just look like he's an employee. He just looks like he's looking around for somebody. You can't clock anything else about it, just that he's kind of quickly looking around with the wings in his hand.
Am I close to him, or is that far away?
Yeah, he's just kind of across the thoroughfare.
I guess I just walked towards him. He's like, "Do people often ditch their wings in this place?"
He looks at you, he goes, "Oh," it's this little halfling. "Oh no, sir. You definitely shouldn't be doing that. They need to be wearing their wings. We need to find whoever lost these. They might have been an accident, but you need to." And he's looks really panicked now that you're closer to him. "We need to find whoever dropped them and make sure they get their wings on, because otherwise nothing good's gonna happen to them. Because if you don't have the wings, that means you don't have a ticket."
Um, he double checks. He's like, "Is the way I'm wearing mine acceptable? Just FYI."
"Oh yes, as long as it's visible, sir. That's all that matters. You can wear it on your belt. You can wear it on your back. You just need to be seen, because if you don't have them on, yeah, it just needs to be visible."
So he recalls what he saw earlier. He asked the carney, "So, what's the deal with those little kids in the pig masks?"
Um, he looks to you, and I don't. Big Mass. Uh, excuse me.
Big lollipop, small kid, pig mask.
He looks around and he says,
Oh my,
I
you
don't
can call
rightly
me
know, sir, what you're talking about. I'm afraid."
just between you and me. I'll keep my secrets, guy.
He kind of persuasion check, I'll say. He'll look to you, and he'll just kind of whisper, "Look, I can't tell you too much about it, but the people, if you're trying to find out about any of that, the people to talk to would be Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. This is yeah, that's all I can really tell you. I'm not allowed to say really anything about it."
No worries, man. Hey, how about I help you out? I'll take those pair of wings off your hand and look for someone that doesn't have any.
Oh, please, if you can find the person, get them to him immediately. Otherwise, yeah, nothing good's gonna happen.
He takes
And
them.
he'll hand them off to you. And he kind of rushes off hurriedly away from you. And you see him kind of glance back in your general direction before continuing down and disappearing into the crowd.
When he glances back, Kieran just kind of does the lips sealed tight gesture. He's like, thumbs up.
It's around this time, Azaria, you come out almost being escorted out, but not really. But you come out of the Hall of Illusions.
I turn around and lo and behold, my quarry is in front of me.
Yeah, and you see that he is not wearing his wings immediately.
Kieran tosses the wings at him. Like, you better put those on, bud.
They just hit him in the chest and then fall to the ground. And he's like, "Oh, these? Haha, my bad." He picks them up. He puts them on.
Yeah, if I saw someone that wasn't wearing them already, they kind of got escorted, question mark, out of the park. So,
Oh, wouldn't want that to happen. Ha ha ha.
by the way, our patron guy asked the little ticket goblin. He's supposed to meet us at the feasting orchard up on the other side of the park. Just wanted to give you the 411 there.
Thanks for the information, friend. Haha. The name is Oz, by the way. I don't think we had the chance to get acquainted.
Kieran bows and he's like, Kieran Blackwood, pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, fellow fighter, knight, guy. Haha.
Kieran chuckles.
You watch as
Yeah.
Lydia approaches, and she goes, "In case you didn't know, I'm Lydia."
Oz just does like a crazy dance. It's like, ha 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 ha. And he like runs away. No.
You're a little manic, aren't you?
Manic? What does that mean? Haha, I am only full of positivity.
Well, I better find the other two and let them know as well, I suppose.
I like the reaction. Well, this is weird. Time to go.
Yeah, the snail racing looks amazing.
Yeah, you have fun with that. Kieran turns around and starts walking towards the other end of the park.
I'm gonna make a roll to see who Lydia is more interested in following. Breaks off. Kieran, as you're kind of walking away, you see that Lydia seems to have wandered off after Azaria
Kieran
or
shrugs.
Oz.
He just keeps walking.
All right. And you are specifically not going to any of the specific attractions, right? You're just looking for people.
I'll say like the big attractions he's not really going into, but like tiny shops. As he walks past them, he'll look at them and see if there's anything that catches his eye.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Whoop.
Yeah, you just kind of find some general stuff. There's some knickknacks and things like I described for Abigail that are around being sold in various places. You do see some of those posters of Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
Kieran just thinks to himself, I'm on an adventure. I don't have any walls.
All right. I believe I gotta check something here. Where are these? Where are the smalls? Oh, those are the various ones. So, you do come by a couple of random stalls as well. Yeah, you see like various games afoot. One that you does catch your eye as you're going past is a little booth that says, I gotta copy paste this. Give me a second. Gosh dang it! It's not being very nice to me. The Almirage ring toss, and you see a sign that says, "The Almirage is no mirage. Adorn its horn with 2 or 3 rings to win a prize."
Kieran looks at it and he's like, 2 to 3 rings? That should be quick. He walks up to it.
All right. You walk up to it and you see one of the Witchlight hands is there, and he goes, care to try your hand at the Almirage ring toss, my friend?
Why not?
Very good. That will be. I'll need your ticket. It will be 1 ticket punch to attempt to throw the rings, and you look at what you need to be throwing rings at, and you see this. Oh, I wanted to do the picture. Here we go. Can I do that? It's doing the text. Unfortunate. But what appears to be a cute bunny-like creature with a horn like a unicorn. It's a little statue that you are intended to throw the ring onto.
Oh,
He hands you a set of 3 rings. And he says, all you have to do is toss a ring onto the horn, and you'll win a prize. Well, 2 rings to win a prize.
what happens if I get all 3?
3 rings, you win 2 prizes, my friend.
Oh boy. He's like, well, and it's 3 tosses for 1 punch, right?
Yep. And he hands you the 3 rings, and if you'd like to try, it's a dexterity check to try and land a ring onto the little statue. I'll
Toss
put the
1.
picture in our thing here so all you guys can see what this little statue looks like.
Oh, a chocolate bunny.
Oh my god, it's
You
adorable.
go to toss the ring onto it, and you feel like you've got a good lead on, like, it's just a little stationary thing with a little golden horn, but you watch as it flickers and teleports off to the side as the ring hits the table, and he goes, oh, too bad.
What? Oh, you trickster carny, you.
He gives you a little wink and a smile.
He's like, you got me. I knew there was a gimmick. He winds up for his second toss.
All right.
Even worse.
It misses, and he goes, do you want to try with the last one for practice?
Might as well.
A 16. You are keeping focus on it. You're trying to like track how it's moving to see if there's like a pattern to how like does these little bunny hop teleports around. Doesn't go super far, and you think you've got it, and so you throw to try and go where you think it's going to make like a little bunny hop teleport, and it almost catches onto the horn. And it goes, nice try, very close. You're getting good at it. You want to try again? Just 1 more ticket punch.
Maybe later. I need to look for some people first. I got my eye on you. Wink.
He smiles. You should keep an eye on all the stalls, and touches his nose.
I'll keep that in my mind. Thank you.
Gives you a jovial wave as you head off to find folks. Oh, it looks like Kathy's back. So, Zaria, you make your way toward the. By the way, an hour has passed during this. Actually, 2 hours, I'll say, has passed. So it's at the third hour of the carnival. So coming up in an hour, and you hear announcements about this around the carnival. Everybody, 1 hour until the big top extravaganza. But Oz, you hit over to the snail racing. And
Whoa,
what
the
was your
extravaganza? That's
what was
crazy.
your passive again? Your passive perception?
10.
All right. She does this at disadvantage. Yeah, you haven't picked up on someone following you yet.
Oz
You
is
approach.
like jovially approaching the snail racing. He's very excited to bet on some snails.
Yeah, you see the grandstands next to this racecourse are filled with cheering fairgoers, ringing bells, swinging rattles, and waving flags. On the starting line, there's 8 giant snails that are having their shells scrubbed by pixies that are flying around, cleaning them up. Above the circular course, a wooden gantry hangs from branches of a central tree where 2 goblins actually officiate the proceedings. So thank God Abigail didn't go here.
Oh no.
Let's see.
They might also be in the 1%. We don't know.
Huh, you goblin racist.
As you are kind of going in there, you also see it looks like there is a stall, so you can either watch the race, it appears, or you have the potential to enter the race as one of the jockeys of the giant snails.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's doing that.
All right. So you kind of head over to where they're like trying to gather some. Come now, please. We just need a few more contestants to try and succeed in the grand snail race. Don't let their looks deceive you. They're quite quick.
Oz is like, me.
All right, good sir. It'll be just one ticket punch, please. Come here.
He sticks his hand out sticks his ticket out to be punched.
And as you do that, you hear from behind you, "Wow, this should be fun, right?" As you turn and you see now the bandaged up woman in armor is behind you.
Oz like just like kind of casually be like, "Oh, haha, didn't see you there. You watching the snail racing too? I'm about to enter."
Wow, that sounds fun. I'll cheer you on.
Yeah, and Oz like high fives her.
She gives you a high five right back, enthusiastically.
Just like very
Uh,
wholesome.
Hold on. She's gonna make a strength check. It's 10. It's pretty hard hit. She puts a little oomph in it.
Yeah, Oz seems unfazed. He just like smiles at her. He's like, haha, thank you.
Of course. And she'll go into the stands to watch you race. As you are taken in by one of the Witchlight hands, you see 8 of these giant snails. You see each one of them has a crew of 3 pixies that are preparing it for the race. And they have these colored comparisons, which are like just basically like a circular band that goes around it. That's a rope that has like these almost like drapes on it that are colored, so you can tell which one's which. Because otherwise they all look like just giant snails. You see, they have various team colors. There's pink, blue, purple, green, yellow, orange, red, and black.
He takes the black one, obviously.
And as you go, the Witchlight hand goes, the Queen's Majesty, a fine choice of a snail. And the pixies will help you get prepared to get on top of the saddle. And it's this, here, I'll drop this into the chat for you guys so you can get a general vibe of these guys on Discord.
It's like snail pod racing. They're going so fast.
Yeah, you're about to be shocked how quickly they go. So they kind of get you all situated. And let's see. I just have to read the rules on this. I didn't know what you guys would go through, so I'm just double checking the rules. All right, looks like it is. As they move. Yeah, they move 80 feet and around. That's how quickly they can move.
Wow.
So they're actually quite quick. They're basically the speed of a sprinting direwolf.
So
Is
they're
how quickly
rounding
they go.
like twice in every 10 seconds.
All right. So what I need is you see them kind of line you up. You see other fairgoers are inside of the race as well, and the little goblin with a little pop gun, more or less, goes, "Races on your mark, get ready, go!" And he goes, shoots it, and you hit the bridle to go, and I need you to make an animal handling check.
Fuck yeah. I've never made this check. Nice.
Excellent. Rough start as you are attempting to get the snail to go, and it's such a regal snail, the Queen's Majesty. You haven't earned its respect yet. It just starts to move leisurely out, not going as fast as the other snails, and you find yourself already behind.
And he like frustrated just whipping the bridle or whatever.
All right. So it seems like you're behind at the outset. There are a couple of other riders that are also struggling. So you see about 5 of the snails got a lead on you, but 3 of you guys are kind of hanging back. So go ahead and as the race is continuing, give me another animal handling check. Oh, actually, before the animal handling check, roll me a d8.
D8, you say?
Mm-hmm. 3. Okay. The race continues as normal. Animal handling check, please.
All right.
As you see, the crowd is cheering. $14.
Oh yeah.
You very quickly begin to catch up on the 5 that were ahead of you. The 2 that lagged behind continue to lag behind. They're having a real hard time with it. You gain some ground on 2 of the other racers, but the other 3 from the original 5 are continuing to keep a good pace. So you've caught up with 2 more, and you're kind of neck and neck. These other people who are behind, more or less, the lead snails. But you're not too far off from the front.
He's getting really excited. He's like getting into it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I like he's riding a horse."
All right,
This is
another D8 for me, please. 5. You watch as ahead in the front of the race, you see one of the fairgoers has like this head of lettuce that they huck onto the field ahead of one of the lead snail riders, and the snail beelines it for the food and stops racing.
The
And
snail
you
I'm
see the rider go. Oh, I'm sorry.
the snail I'm riding, or somebody
No,
else?
it's one of the ones ahead of you. The starts to eat on some random food that was thrown in by the crowd, and you see the rider on it go, no, no, stop
Oz is just
eating,
like,
go.
don't you dare ignore that lettuce right now.
It's the meal is claimed by another snail, and they will not fight over a meal.
All right.
So go ahead and roll another animal handling check for the third leg of the race. Wow, yeah, you gain the two that were kind of keeping pace aren't doing as well as you. You pull ahead of them, and you are now neck and neck with the other two that now remain in the lead because the third one, snail, is eating a cabbage. So you are, yeah, you're pushing it, and they're like looking at you as you kind of storm from behind. The the black one being a dark horse right now. Go ahead and roll me another d8 for this stretch.
Oh, you mean a dark snail?
Dark snail, exactly. Two.
Oh no.
Nothing happens. No interference from the crowd. Um, Go ahead. I need another animal handling check.
Ooh.
Ooh, you start to lag behind. One of the other ones ahead of you also lags behind with you. But there's now one in the lead, which appears to be the orange one. All right. Got one more round here to try and catch up. So go ahead, roll me another d8. Three. Nothing happens. No interference from the crowd. So yeah, one more animal handling check, please.
All right. Is there anything Oz can do to like put the favor in his like in his way? Like anything he could do to the other racers?
Mm. So you want to try and sabotage another racer?
Maybe. Maybe he drops something or throws something. I don't know.
Um, you'll have to make a. I'd be. You did see signs coming in that basically said like no magic and stuff like that. So it's up to you if you want to try and do like a sleight of hand to try and do something, like cast a spell.
Um, no, no, he's not casting any spells, but yeah, he just is on the eye for something to maybe distract the lead snail with. But I'll roll that animal handling.
Yeah. 14. You gain ground back. And as you catch up to the orange snail, you guys are neck and neck, and you guys hit the finish line almost at the same time. And you hear what the goblins go, "Oh, it's a photo finish!" And roll a d20. You just barely edged out the other rider, as there's some fanfare, and they go, "Well, congratulations, congratulations, good tiefling. Please come on over here. We'll get you your prize for the victory today."
Oz does like a flip off of the snail and is like celebrating like really hard, like maybe a little bit
Or do an
more,
athletics check.
a little bit more than you would imagine.
Yeah, athletics check to see how cool you are. Yeah, you look real cool as you flip off. you see, you see, Lydia looks at you and she goes, "Wow, great job, Oz."
He yeah, he's like hell yeah, and he like grabs her hand and like gives her like a predator flex, a predator shake, predator handshake.
Oh, that's great. I was really hoping someone would fall off the snail and get like trampled or something, but that didn't happen.
Oz goes, yeah, or like he's like, I know, right? I mean, oh god, that would be horrible. What's wrong with you?
Could you imagine the amount of pain they would feel?
No, I don't imagine such things. I think you have some weird thoughts there, my friend. And he just kind of like leans closer.
Yeah, I am a bit weird. Anyway, you watch as the Carnival hand comes over, and he hands you a potion. And this potion is a sparkling golden mist that kind of moves around in the vial like water.
Ooh.
And he goes, "Congratulations! This is a potion of advantage. Enjoy."
Fantastic.
And what that does is, when you drink the potion, you gain advantage on one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw of your choice that you make within the next hour. So you basically get to choose an advantage on whatever roll for an hour just once.
Fantastic.
All right. And as you are victorious in the snail racing, we'll move over to Abigail and Catelyn. The boat wheels around the river, and the swan finally says, "And why should we even care? Because caring would mean we exist. So if you don't exist, you don't need to care." And the boat comes to a stop.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Get me off this. I can't do this anymore. There's only so much prayer that can help somebody. This one is the devil.
There is no devil. There's no heaven or hell.
Okay, you know what? You have a great day. She, like, jumps off.
Cat goes and strokes the backs of his wings. She's like, I don't know. Thanks for the ride. And then she like launches off the boat, and then she runs over towards this little butterfly looking tent. She wants to check it out.
Which area?
It's like directly to the right of her. I'll move her, like right over. She just checks out the tents over here. These ones.
All right, let me see what is there. And let me go to the small stalls. You see a sign that says catch the dragon by the tail. Catch the dragon by the tail. And it says
Dragon?
prizes. Catch the fairy dragon by the tail and win a piece of its hoard.
Who do I throw my money at?
You see one of the carnival hands looks at you and goes, "Ah, Fair Centaur, if you would like to try and catch the fairy dragon," and he gestures, and you see this giggling red fairy dragon. And I'll show you a picture of what these little guys look like. Little.
Oh.
Looks a little sister, but he's like,
you're so cute.
He's like, all you have to do is catch it by the tail, and you'll win a prize. It just costs one ticket, or one punch on your ticket.
She hands him her ticket, like without even looking.
All right. He punches it, and you see that the little red fairy dragon begins to like circle around you, kind of like giggling and laughing. I need you to make a perception check, please.
Okay.
As it's whizzing around you. You are watching it, and you're just so fascinated by the thing, you never lose track of this thing. You watch it the whole way around, and you just reach out and grab it by the tail, and he goes, "Oh!" He goes, "Oh,
What do
well
I
done.
get?
You've earned a
What do I get?
prize. You've earned a
What's my prize?
prize. Let's see.
Do I
It
get
will
to
Abigail's
keep
like,
him?
be
oh my
the.
I would
god!
like to
Oh
keep
my
him. I would
god!
like to keep him. Would you like to stay
Sorry,
with me? Why not? I won. I
you,
caught him. I
no, no,
won.
no. You win a prize,
That
and
he's the prize, isn't he? This is misleading.
no, we have many prizes right here. He reaches in a roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
A 3. He pulls out. Leave the fairy dragon alone, and perhaps you could instead have something a pixie makes. I have a little packet of pixie dust if you'd like it instead.
Ooh, what do I do with this dust? Do I eat it? Do I just sprinkle it on my back? What
Well, if you
do I wear it on
you
my? Is
may
it eyelid? Is it eyeshadow?
Oh, that would be beautiful
you can
eyeshadow.
sprinkle the dust on yourself or another creature, another person within 5 feet of you, and you are able to fly for a minute.
Oh, Catalin, make sure you do that with consent.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you would you like this? You don't need
Of
a little thing to
course.
fly around you. You'll be able to fly for a whole minute.
Oh ma.
But I still want to keep him. Don't you want to stay
Hi-
with me, buddy?
It shakes its little head at you now.
Oh, she puts her hand to her chest. She just takes a and she pouts. Like, okay,
Oh
okay. I'm
no.
gonna
It
go.
flutters back into the little stall and gets up on like a little perch.
She just kind of sits back. She sits on her haunches. She just holds her fairy dust
Okay,
between
yeah,
her
so
hands.
you can add pixie dust to your
Cool.
inventory.
Oh, Catalin, let's find another game. We don't need that dang fairy. The dang pixie. That pixie fair thing. We don't. You.
She's got
You
she
did
got a couple
awesome.
tears.
You are
He,
beautiful, and you did amazing. That was amazing. You snatched that thing right out of the air. No
it
effort.
was good, wasn't it? It was real good.
It was like it wanted to be with you. I think it's charmed.
I bet so. Is this what bad goblins do?
Oh, 100%. This is what bad goblins do. They
Okay.
charm people.
Oh no. Okay. Let's go and get something to eat.
Okay, let's do that. Is there any games I would be good at? I'm really strong. Do you see any big,
All right,
strong games?
Cat
you're
looks
looking
around.
for.
Big, strong games.
Oh God. Oh
They're both looking
God.
around. They're
I'm
both
gonna
looking
regret
around.
this.
Yep.
You give me investigation checks. Please roll
Oh,
low.
I
Oh,
did perception holes in it.
Oh, that works.
Oh,
Perception, investigation.
yeah. My
15's
perception was
enough.
better.
1 second, please.
Oh
oh
no.
no.
Oh no.
You're looking for something that strong people would do, right?
Yeah, I'm big and
You have a
strong.
horse and a burly lady.
You see, as you round the corner, I'll say over here,
oh no.
a sign that says Goblin Wrestling.
Oh, oh, this is my game.
And it says, Strong folks, test your mettle in a goblin wrestle.
oh, oh my God. Galen, look over here. This is what I was made to do. Take
I
down the
think you
evil
were.
goblins.
Uh, you go get him, girl.
Oh my God. Sir, sir, sir. She walks in.
Yes!
Am I talking to a goblin?
No, the person who's running the stand is a human. You see several goblins limbering up in a little kind of arena.
What do I gotta do to take down a goblin?
I mean, if you're looking to wrestle the goblins, you need only get in the arena. You're a larger person, so it'll be 2 goblins against you, and you just have to try and pin them to win a prize.
I just have to pin him? Oh. This is a non-violent. Oh.
This is a carnival, ma'am. These are games. Did you?
Games.
He kind of peers at you. Were you intending to kill these goblins?
Only if you'd let me.
No, these are good, upstanding citizens
Oh,
and members
oh
of
my
our
gosh.
carnival.
So all these goblins are part of the 1%. I am in the best place ever. Please
What
let
does
me
that
wrestle a
mean?
goblin.
What are you? Hold on. Let's cycle back. What did you mean the part of the 1%? Explain this to me.
Well, there's good goblins and there's bad goblins. And this place clearly has all the good goblins.
Right, but what's the 1% figure? Is that the amount of good goblins there are in the world?
Yes. I thought that was very
He
clear.
says.
Yes.
He puts up a sign. Sorry, we're taking our lunch. Come back later and maybe you can wrestle with some of the goblins.
No. Okay. Well, okay, I guess I'm not going to be playing any fun games today. It's really sad.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
All right, as you're saying that, um, give me 1 second, please.
And I was saying that more
You-
towards Joey. Okay. Kettleman.
as you're saying that, you see a figure, much like one you've seen in some posters, wearing this very flamboyant red cap with this like butterfly like staff in his hand, like wand almost in his hand. Um, and you see he's holding it out and he's kind of walking down the thoroughfare with it. And he catches glimpses of you. You see Mr. Light walking down the thoroughfare.
Oh.
Which once again is this fellow. As he sees you, looking despondent, and he goes, "Oh my! Are you quite all right, young girl? You seem absolutely distraught, and that won't do." And he watches as you see like the top of his little staff is like slowly, almost moving in a counterclockwise direction.
Oh.
Cat
Oh.
reaches out to try and touch his staff.
He doesn't stop you. You just poke it.
This is so pretty. We're gonna get one of these. I want one. Where did you get this outfit? This is really interesting outfit. Does it chafe? Does it bother you? It looks really tight.
Oh no, I quite enjoy it actually. It's very comfortable for me, but your friend seems quite despondent, and my weather vane here is telling me that the carnival's having a bit of a dour mood, so I'm here to make sure that everyone's having a good time. Please, smiles, good girl.
Oh.
What's
I'm
wrong with
so
you?
Well,
sorry.
they wouldn't let her kill the goblins. I don't know
Well, you
why.
shouldn't be killing goblins inside of the carnival. They're
Well,
all good goblins,
yes.
part of the
I found this out. The one.
83% of good goblins.
Oh my, well, that's a fun number. um,
Like that's better than 1%.
that's you must be talking about just the 83% in this carnival are good,
Yeah.
and then the other
Yes, in
ones are
the
bad.
world is a carnival. I agree.
But yeah, this game had my name written all over it. It was like Abigail's Fun Zone, and it had my name all
Well,
over it. And then, but they gotta take a lunch, and I need to be responded to
oh,
that.
that won't do at all. He'll walk up to the booth and he'll tap on the side, and you see the guy go, "I told you where." Mr. Light, now you know that your lunch isn't mandated for another couple of hours, my friend. So please open up your stall so these people can enjoy the whimsy and wonder, the befuddlement of our grand carnival. And the guy goes, "Eh, of course, please, ma'am, I was joking. I saw the clock wrong. Please come in."
Oh my god, I just don't understand this world at all. Okay, I thank you.
As you are going over there, you see a feathering going by as you say you don't understand the world and just gives you a knowing look from the water as it scoots by.
The same swan? Is it the same one, Mr. Featherington
It's
or
the same
whatever?
It
swan.
is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's feathering.
Oh
They're
god,
finally
that's
connected.
oh my god, Caitlin, that creepy swan's looking at us.
Yeah, he's different. He's real different.
I'm not kind of
Let's get to
understanding.
wrestling.
Let's get to
Let's
wrestling.
get to
Oh,
wrestling.
let's get to
Yeah,
wrestling. I want to wrestle
yeah.
so bad. Let's
Mm-hmm.
wrestle.
Do you
All
think
right.
that they let me wrestle with him, or no?
Ma'am, you each could wrestle if you'd like to participate, but each one of you will be against two goblins each. He looks at you as a centaur and he goes, maybe three, no, two. We'll do two, not three.
Oh, I think
I'm
three
just gonna
sounds
sit at home.
fun. How many goblins you got back there?
First of all, none of your business. Second of all, do you want to play the game or not?
Yes. I'll play the game with your rules. Let's go.
All right. He reaches out to a bunch of your guys' tickets.
I hand it over. I'm quick.
He punches it. Was Callie gonna try and
Yeah,
wrestle some
yeah.
as well?
She answers
All right.
over first too.
All right.
She does that like horse thing where they start like pawing at the ground first. He's like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Yep.
All right. So let me go to the goblin wrestling here. I believe. Yeah, they just get advantage on their check because there's two of them.
Goblin wrestling.
All right. So Abigail, go ahead and make a athletics check.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Uh-oh.
These lads get advantage.
Oh my god.
You manage to, yeah, they have -1 to strength. You pin the goblins. And he says, congratulations. Let them go now.
Oh, yes, of course. Little green things. Goblins. Yes.
Time is money, friend. If you could get off, that'd be great.
I'm more than yes. I'm off.
All right. I like your shirt, he says as you let him up.
Oh, you're definitely part of the 1%, she says under her breath.
All right, then it's Catlin's go. Catlin, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay.
She's chilling.
And
Let's
then
go,
we'll start the
Caitlin.
prizes.
Let's go.
All right. They get advantage.
Oh my god.
They rolled so terrible. Yeah, you kind of just put a hoof on one and then another hoof on the other, and they're both pitted. They go, you got us.
She looks to Abigail. She's like, "Is this what we do to bad goblins?"
Well, it goes a little bit more through their skull, but yes.
What?
Okay,
No.
okay.
We're not doing
See
that because
the-
they're part of the 1%.
So I shouldn't press down anymore with my hook,
No.
right?
He told us
No?
we got to play by their rules. This is their rules.
Oh, okay. She lifts up her hooves.
You did so good. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful.
All right. Well, good job, ladies. There's a prize for each of you. Come over here, and each of you roll me a d8. Two ones.
Oh, look at that! We both got one.
Oh, we're doing so
All right.
good.
I need a d100 roll from each of you.
Oh shit!
If we roll the same D100.
That would be great.
24. You are given a little trinket of a sprite's skull covered in ink fingerprints. Catelyn, Oh,
An amulet?
yeah, of a sprite's
Oh.
skull.
Is it on like a necklace or is it just an amulet?
It's on a little necklace.
She puts it on.
68. This would have been better for the druid. Funny. You get, Abigail, a little wooden pan flute that attracts harmless local fauna when played.
Oh
Can we
my.
trade these?
Can we trade these? Is tradesies allowed?
Those are your prizes, so you can do with them what you would like.
Caitlin, it's up to you. I'm not
Yeah.
very good at
Yeah.
playing music.
Oh, give me the flute. Give me the flute.
Okay, I would love to
Please.
hear you play sometime.
Yeah, she gives the amulet over to Abigail.
And what was the amulet? Sorry. Was it
It's
a
a
sprite skull?
sprite skull with ink fingerprints on it.
Okay.
All right. And as you guys are finishing up those games, Kieran, you left Oz behind, and you're making your way trying to head towards the feasting orchard after playing a game.
Yeah. He walks up here, is on this way. He's looking around. He looks at whatever this thing is in the middle.
The Calliope. Give me 1 second. As you get close to it, the music you're hearing in the background is coming from this machine. It's a merry tune that spills forth from instruments on the back of brightly painted wagon. You see a monkey wearing a cloak covered with buttons turns a handle as the wagon's rear at the wagon's rear and continues to play the music from rows of golden whistles. As you watch, another goblin dressed as a ladybug toddles up to you, rattling a tin cup.
What are you supposed to be?
Well, looks up to you and let me double check this here. Well, my name's Marigold, and if you would like to make a donation to the Goblin Healthcare Fund, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Does this guy look like an employee, a carny, or is it just some rando?
Yeah, Carney,
Oh, okay.
wearing a little ladybug outfit.
He says, "Yeah, sure, why not?" He drops a gold piece in because he didn't pay for a ticket or anything.
Thank you kindly. Well, and she hands you a button, like a little button. And she says, "You should give that to Ernest." And
Who might Ernest be?
She points at the monkey.
Oh. He hands the button to the monkey. Here you go, monkey.
You see the little monkey's happily claps and does a little dance before returning to spinning the little calliope. And you see on the back of his coat is sewn "Spare a button if you please." Also, it next to all of these, I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face.
How many buttons are there?
You see quite a few. You see about 12 different buttons there.
Nice.
And yours would be the 13th that he is going to sew into his little coat there.
Lucky number 13.
Just
I guess.
gives you a little monkey smile and continues to do its little job.
Cool. He continues on his way then. Well, he looks up here. He saw them go this way, but he tries to see if there's still, if he can see the sighting of them, which way he should go to find them, I guess.
Make a perception check. That's your third 20 in perception.
I don't. It's weird.
It's
Like
so strange.
I just keep rolling 17s.
I only perceive in one way. Natural 17. You begin to kind of like scan around, look to see if you can see. You're like, it shouldn't be too hard to spot the centaur, right? So you start looking through the
Thing is
crowd.
huge.
You notice at the big top that it looks like people are starting to get in there. People's tickets are getting punched, and you hear some barking about the big top extravaganza that's going to be happening on the 4th hour of the carnival. And it looks like that's going to be starting relatively soonish. And you also spot another person not wearing their wings. And this time, because you're the only one seeing this weird shit,
My special eyes.
Look with your
You-
special eyes.
My brand.
you see kind of the person's close to like a tent, and you see what appears to be like a shadow rise out from the shadow of the tent and then reach in almost into his back, pull something, and then recede back into the shadows. You don't see what it grabs, but as it disappears, you see the person looks disoriented and begins to wander away towards the exit of the Witchlight Carnival.
Kieran just wonders to himself. He's like, man, these wings are ridiculously gaudy. How are people not remembering to wear them? And then he decides, while he's just walking around seeing this, continuing to be weirded out by strange shadow people popping in and out of nowhere, he just thinks to himself, well, the big event's happening here. I guess I'll just wait around here and see if they show up instead of looking for them. See what happens here at the big top.
All right. You hanging out at the big top. Do you want to go in, or just wait outside for now?
How much time is it till it starts?
It looks like probably about 15-20 minutes. So you got a little time to wait.
He'll kill some time, see if there's like a game around here you can play.
All right. Games. Are you looking for anything specific?
Something that doesn't require high agility.
Got it. Let's see here.
Because that is something he does not have.
You see a little stall with a little bit of a small stage on it, and it says Gnome Poetry Contest. And you hear sound the chime. It's time to rhyme. You bring the poem. We'll bring the noem.
He walks up to it. He's intrigued.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, you walk up. You see this little gnome with kind of slick back red hair, wearing these kind of pink and purple fairy wings, a little teal vest and overcoat with the striped orange purple pants at the stage. And he says, well, you look like someone who can spin a tale or two. Is that true?
I've been known to say a thing or two in my time.
Well, then, let's test your mettle, shall we? He says, come up on stage, my friend. What is your name?
He bows at him, introduces himself as Kieran Blackwood.
All right, then, Mr. Blackwood. We'll see if challenging me you should. And he'll begin to exchange barbs with you in the forms of rhymes and poems. I need you to make a performance check.
Oh, Lord.
All right. You can say +3. He rolls a natural 1. So for the first round, you outperform him, and the crowd's kind of clapping for your section, and he kind of stumbles over his words. He's like, it's a best of 5, of course. So I will show you that I have no remorse. Oh, that was not great. And
Kieran says, "It's okay. I've got the time. We're gonna keep spitting some rhyme."
Hey.
and second round, go ahead and roll your performance check. He's gonna roll. Ooh, rolls a nat 20.
Ugh, I got crit on.
My words you seek to defy, but I'm no slouch, I will not lie. Crowds clapping for him. All right. The third round.
I keep rolling the same thing.
14, 14, 14, 20, 20, 20. You guys kind of exchange a couple, but yeah, the crowd seems to be kind of split on this one.
He's like, "You may have won the last round, but I'm on your heels like a rabid bloodhound."
He just gives a curt nod and he goes, "You seem to only roll a 14. Perhaps you should try a better sheen." Let's go again. Another round. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's the wrong one. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, that's perception. 13. A different roll, but the wrong check. Oh. Yeah, and he goes, but who would Fardels bear to make calamity of such sweet mare? Was that it? Oh, shoot. He says.
I keep rolling 14 on the dice, but as you'll see, my limit is thrice.
All right. That was 2 victories. You need 1 more. So one
Can
more
either of us actually win this? Because
yeah,
we have a tie.
You have a third. We need a third victory. It's best of 5.
Performance.
Oh, you think you can best me? Well, I bet you can't. Something. No, you shan't. Oh, dash it all! You've won. Congratulations,
it seems our rhyme
son.
time has come to an end, and I'll take the knee and respect you with bend. Some shit.
He claps you on the shoulder. He says, "A good friend, perhaps. Your prize," and he'll roll me a d8.
That was fantastic.
3. That one's already been taken, so we'll give you a different one. Give you the next one up. He reaches in and he goes, "Well, my friend, for one as adept as you, I have quite a treat." And he reaches into a kind of like this nice wooden box that's got kind of like a fairy on it, and he pulls out a bottle of wine that's got like the colors of the Witchlight circus on it. And he goes, "This is a fine bottle of the Witchlight wine. A greater vintage you'll never find, my friend. So please enjoy it at your leisure. It shall give you quite the pleasure."
Nice, thanks. He stops
And
rhyming.
he hands it off to you. And yeah, it's a bottle of Witchlight wine. While the bottle is, when you uncork it, it will play the Calliope music that you hear going on at the carnival briefly.
Ooh. Oh, I need to start a new D&D notepad.
He hands it off to you. It's pretty good wine. It's worth about like 2 gold for the bottle, by the way, if you want a value on it. All right. And then you return to the big top. So I'll ask, we'll go back to Rosaria. Oz, you hear the barkers going, gather all, the fourth hour tolls come to the big top extravaganza. A finer show you'll never see.
Oz kind of slips past Lydia, like kind of uneasily, kind of like gets side eyes her as he tries to creeps away.
Are you trying to stealth away?
Yeah.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Okay, yeah, I'm wearing half plate, so
It would be at disadvantage then.
yeah.
Still rolled well. 19. She was trying to watch you, so I'm gonna give her a perception check to try and see if she spots you.
Okay.
She loses track of you.
Yeah, he skulks away from her.
All right.
Head towards the big top.
Yeah, you don't see her like John Travolta looking around. And she shrugs, and she's gonna go to the next big event, which is the big top. So she just heads in that general direction anyway.
Follow you anyway.
And he's like, "Hi, friend."
And eventually,
when he sees her coming around, he like acts natural. He's like, "Oh, hi there, Lydia. Lost track of you back there."
That's crazy. I was about to say the same thing.
He's like, "Why don't we head inside?"
That sounds great. And you guys all convene at the big top. Catalin and Abigail, you guys hear the same barking going on regarding the big top extravaganza as soon as it starts.
Oh man, I could
Madeline
sit
just
here.
bolts away. Wait, let's go. And she just bolts away, just gallops away and looks back at Abigail. She's like, hurry up.
Okay, I could sit here and fight your goblins all day, but I gotta follow my new friend. She runs after her.
Oh, thank God.
And Catalin's like straight up galloping though, like horse speed.
Yeah, full on. People get out of your way, they're like, oh, as you're like running through. One of the Witchlight hands thinks at first like some random horse got free, and then they're like, oh no, it's fine. And looks away. But yeah, you guys all arrive at the big top, where you see it looks like Oz, Lydia, and Kyrian are all waiting at.
As they approach, Kieran, like, I'm glad I stayed here. I knew you guys would probably show up. The unknown patron that paid for our tickets, just FYI, he will likely be at the feasting orchard later. If you guys wanted to meet up with him, that's where I'm gonna go later.
Did you get a name?
No.
Oh. Okay. How are we supposed to know who it is?
Well, they knew who we were, so he'll probably know who we are if we go there.
I could go for some food.
Anyway, Kieran goes outside.
I can always eat.
Same here. Could eat some flesh. I mean, some chicken. Haha.
Yes,
Chicken
I enjoy
breast,
flesh
chicken
of chickens as well. So delicious.
The skin is the fattiest
Especially when it's
part.
fresh.
Is that like
Yes.
goblin meat?
Oh my god.
Probably.
Oz like looks back at Lydia side eyeing, but like kind of shocked and impressed at the same time.
They're like kindred spirits.
It's only for a very brief second.
All right. As you guys are starting to head in, there's a Carnival, hands their punching tickets for people to go to the big top show. You have to get your ticket punched for it. And Catalan, with your passive perception, you notice something, even though you're so excited to go in, because you kind of glance over in the direction of Lydia and Oz, who are having a conversation, and as you're talking about, like, well, is that what goblins taste like? You glance at Oz, and you notice he has no shadow.
Well, that's strange. And Catalan has no ability to keep her thoughts to herself, so she just says that out loud.
She's asking Oz like why he has no
Not
shadow.
really. She just like is music. She's like, well, that's strange. And she just kind of edges up to him and kind of just walks around him, does like a perimeter check and looking, and she's like, hmm.
Something I can help you with, new friend?
She sniffs at him. She touches his shoulders and pats the top of his head.
Just don't lick him. Licking people is not nice. Unless you
No,
get permission.
why would I lick him? That's something that poor people do.
Yeah, Kieran turns around and is like, "Yeah, licking things randomly. That's what half orcs do."
Oh, I've never
That's
met a
true.
half
They're
orc.
pretty vile.
There's just something different about you. She just keeps making circles around him. Where's
Oh.
your shadow? Where's your
Oh,
shadow?
I
I have one. It's following me around. See? And she kind of spins around in a circle. See, it follows me. Where's yours?
Oz backs away a little bit from Catalan and is like, "Oh, I banished my demon. Well, what are you doing about yours?"
Wait. Hold on a second. I'm
You
trying to
banished
understand
a
why Shadow was a
demon?
demon? Why Shadow's a demon?
Oh, well, of course, everybody knows that.
I
Not
never knew
me.
my
That's
shadow
not
was a
one of. I
demon.
never read anything about that in my books.
Oh, well, you should become more educated then. And he just like steps away from her.
So what okay.
The
I'm
shadows
gonna
are
have to
evil.
think. I'm gonna have to think about this.
They're evil
I'm a little
demons.
confused.
I'm also confused.
She just pats his back. It's not back there, is there?
You won't find it anywhere near me. Even the shadows cannot touch me.
Wow. I wonder if your shadow screamed when you destroyed it.
You know it did actually.
Really? She looks at you with like really bright eyes.
You know, strangely it bled too. It's very, very odd.
Wow. I would give anything to see that.
Well, Oz, I look up to you.
How-
Banishing demons is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Always banish evil.
Did you do that hands up in the air thing that Abigail did, where she puts her hands up and she's like, "Praise the Lord to you"?
No, he just simply like puts a sword tip on the ground.
Later on, can you show me how you banish demon? I don't want you to banish mine, but I'm so curious. I want to know how this
Why
works.
not? Like frantically, he asks why you don't want your demon banished.
I want my demon banished. You tell me what. I don't know much, but I know that Tears never said anything about a shadow, but I know that Tears says that demons should be vanquished.
He approaches Abigail. He's like, "All in good time, friend.
Oh,
I will banish everyone's demons. Don't you worry."
thank the Tear.
Can I watch? You see, Lydia says,
In
I feel
Bahamut's name,
like this is
he'll
getting a
banish
little weird.
all our demons.
I give you consent, Lydia.
she nods approvingly. And with this odd conversation you're hearing behind you, Kieran, you guys start stepping into the tent for the big top. I don't know if you react to any of that. But as you guys are heading in to the big top, you will see. There you go. Should be right. The big top. Here it is. You see the roof of this tent reaches towards the sky. There are 3 swooping peaks topped with spinning gold stars, painted wooden panels on the tent. Walls whirl with colorful motion, displaying vibrant circus performance. The sound of music and laughter drifts throughout the canvas door as you are heading in. And all of you are going in Oz. As you're going to step into the tent, you kind of, I assume, naturally kind of hang back a little bit to observe everyone.
Yeah, he's uneasy from the pointing out of the shadows, so he's kind of just letting them take the lead through the tent door.
As you watch them all walk in, we're going to do a bit of a music change for a moment here. This is the one I wanted to use. You watch as all of them enter the tent. Lydia giving you one last glance before walking in. In the whole tent, it's bright colors. These spinning gold stars, you stare at it, and in the pit of your stomach, you feel a disgust for everything you're looking at. And it's like the whole world around you freezes in time for a moment. You watch as that thing you banished grows from your feet, slides up the side of the tent that is now a muted monochrome color as a black paper-like doll shadow is now on the tent. A familiar figure. Strange hat, collar is all you can make out, with white eyes and a gleaming white smile. Well, Oz, seems like people are starting to notice how troublesome.
They notice nothing. They are
It's
fools.
good. They seem to be rather excited to have things taken from them.
Indeed. It's something we shall use to our advantage.
You see the shadow grows, and it's like the figure's looking across the carnival. There's something foul here, Oz. Something whimsical
Foul.
and vile.
Tell me and I shall do something about it.
Stay the course. You'll see soon enough. We'll devour all of this in time. And the world slowly flutters back to light and color as your shadow is gone again.
Oz's
What?
face goes from a very serious, solemn look to his instantly whimsical and happy face again. And it's like nothing ever happened.
You will enter into the big top after your new acquaintances. You all see this grand 3 rings of interior, a center ring and 2 side rings. And it looks like all sorts of people are starting to sit down. You hear the music playing. Performances are about to begin at the Big Top Extravaganza. And that, my friends, is where we'll stop this session.
Are you using the mouse when you click it, or are you just touching the screen?
I'm just touching. You know, you got me. I'm just touching the screen.
I knew it.
That's very nice, guys. I'm going to use this as the die I roll in real life when I kill you with that
Oh,
thing. in a
great.
one-shot.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
What
I
have we
would
done?
expect nothing less.
I'm 100% in awe of how you created such a different character that is exactly the same as Dirk.
I was talking about before.
What?
You said what?
What?